Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Granville Ed D'Souza and I'm the CEO of EQ Asia and Peak Performers. For the last 20 years, I've been a coach, a corporate trainer, mentor to some of the world's top leaders in some of the world's top brands like IBM, Singapore Airlines, Sheraton and Hilton. I've also written 3 books on emotional intelligence and peak performance. I must say I've really enjoyed my work because it does allow me to meet all sorts of people from all walks of life. I've been all around Asia. I've gone around Australia and quite a few different countries just to conduct workshops. Life did not always come easy, I must say. The funny thing is, although I've had major learning challenges in school, never liked school. In fact, I was most of the time outside of class. So I was really at the bottom of the barrel, mostly from age 7 till about maybe 23 or 24, I think it was. So I hated school, and I must say at the age of 24, I met one man who would change my life, and his name is John Richardson. John Richardson was one of my lecturers in the second year of university, and this man, I must say, pressed all the right buttons when most of my teachers and lecturers from the past had pressed all the wrong buttons. So one day, John just asked me, and by the way, the subject was philosophy. Philosophy, one of the subjects where there's really no wrong answers. And one day he just asked me, hey, Grant, say something. I had already been very accustomed to saying nothing in class because generally whatever I said before in the past, the reply was always just shut up and get out of class. So I'd gotten used to standing outside of class. But John Richardson really coached me and coaxed me to say, just say something in class when I had been silent for the first 3 weeks in university. And so finally I decided maybe to speak on the 5th week. And after hearing me speak, he said, you should speak a little bit more. And because with every response I gave, he said, hey, I think you should speak more because you can score in this subject. And so I finally did. And one day he said, I think you've got the potential to score in this unit and probably be at the top 5% of this faculty. And just to cut a long story short, I aced it, and I was really at the top of the faculty for philosophy for that year. But the funny thing that happened was, right after that subject, I started to ace all my subjects. A little late in university, but at least for the last year, I aced all my subjects. And I mean, this platform is not really to share with you that I was acing my subjects. But the rest of my life started to change at the age of 24. And I immediately started loving my work. I started enjoying studying. I wouldn't say studying, but reading. And that really started the journey of my passion for learning and development. Ironically, 20 years ago, my first job was in learning and development when actually I hated learning before. But like I shared just now, that at the age of 24, I really started enjoying reading and of course, learning as much as I could. I spent my first 2 years doing training and development in a certain area which I must admit I had little interest, but I just decided to delve in it. And that was in customer service and a little bit of team building and stuff that was really very mundane and yet of course very meaningful, but I never did quite like it. So after 2 years, I must say I quit. I was really getting very bored, and what I decided to do was spend as much as I could, at least most of my investment went into learning and development again, but I invested a lot of my money in Tony Robbins' workshops like Date with Destiny. I went for Unleash the Power Within. I even did Bond-Rich programs with Bob Proctor. I did NLP. Then I spent a lot of money on emotional intelligence. In fact, most of my money went on learning and development. And I decided then that perhaps emotional intelligence fit, hand in glove for me. And I decided to do most of my learning there, went for a lot of certifications, and the rest is history. I've since written 3 books on emotional intelligence and peak performance. So it's been really very meaningful, I must say, and which really has prompted me to do as much work in this area. And this is where I'm really trying to share with the world rather than just my corporate clients what emotional intelligence can do. And besides just emotional intelligence, it's a lot of strategies, it's a lot of changing patterns and beliefs and thoughts, which to me is the foundation of really changing your life and making positive shifts for anyone and to get breakthroughs in your life.